My name is Tommi Nyström, and I want to welcome you to this Skill Acquisition online course. Having trained combat sports and martial arts for plus 30 years, there's always been a drastic difference between training and then reality, meaning that when we go into the game. And all of a sudden, all that technique that I'm doing doesn't correlate to the facts of reality in sparring. So why is that? The reason why something that we train first technically doesn't work in the game is because of the teaching and how we train it. And that is the linear traditional way of making, oh, let's do this slow, let's do it in parts and everything like this. And now in the game, there are no such breaks. Martial arts and combat sports, it is not a closed sport. It's very open, anything can happen sport, and that's why doing the decompensation and doing stuff like, okay, let's break this into parts and doing this and that is actually dragging your learning down. How to actually train skills is to treat them as one motion. To treat these things like, hey, somebody's throwing a ball at you, somebody's punching your face. You are getting some sort of reactions. You observe and then you move. So there is this coupling between perception and action. And now when we go to the self-defense and say, okay, we have this technique. If that technique doesn't resonate with your observation, how you perceive it, how do you see it regarding to your movement, it will never work in the game. During this course, we are using one of the teaching methods called constraints-led approach. What that means is that in training, we are constraining ourselves. We are taking away some options. We are giving us ability to perceive, to actually see stuff in a way that makes us move naturally in the best possible way. So now we do not make any decompensations. We don't break things into small parts. We do things a little bit simpler. We use different sorts of equipment like kids, softballs and stuff to actually make us safe in the training, but we get to train the correct motions. So we are training the whole sequence, how it happens in our game. I know this sounds crazy. I know it sounds like, well, you cannot learn like that. You have to learn like this. Hey, give it a try. Because the thing is that if you are struggling and asking questions like, what is the correct technique? You are missing the point. There may be like tens of correct solutions to that problem. Let's say somebody kicking at you, somebody throwing a fist at you. And they are dependent on how you see it and how you react to it according to what you just saw. Now, if we want to get a designated technique, you make a hand defense like this, you make a hand defense like that. We must constrain you by doing something that, hey, okay, this is your body position, this is how you're gonna do this, and now the movement becomes very natural to you. And all of a sudden, we are playing all these games, we're doing stuff like that, and in the end of the training, you are asking, oh, this was a technique. Well, not necessarily. It was a solution to a problem that person was trying to hurt you and they did not succeed. So during the course, when you go through different chapters, we have the short videos about important stuff that you need to take into your training. This is not all. Once you get the course, we are adding stuff there all the time. We are developing new stuff. We are coming up with new ideas that, hey, we could train, this with that. And we are also very eager to get feedback and questions from people saying, hey, how would you train a stuff like this? Once we make it, we will add it to your course. So it will develop all the time. And now remember, the only limitation is your imagination, all right? So once you see what is the problem, what I'm trying to solve here, then go out and try, okay, how do I get that sort of reaction? If you want something specific to happen, use constraints so that there are no other options. That is the invitation that we are trying to achieve. That is the invitation we are working on. Okay, well, this game is a natural one. Exactly. That is the correct point. I would say now, as it says in the headline, may the skill be with you and have fun training.